What's good, you guys? Welcome back to Chins and Giggles. You have Karina here, and you also have Myra. She's back again.
And I'm here with baby Noah.
You guys, the special guest of it all, baby Noah is here.
Yeah, we wanted to bring him on because last time we didn't really introduce him.
I know, like, kind of introduce him and, like, I was going to say,
What?
Noah, tell us a little bit about yourself. Imagine, like, why?
Right? Say something, Noah. He's all sleeping.
So kind of like meeting him, because obviously if you watch the podcast, well, if you watch girl, I'm having a rough morning. I'm like half asleep right now.
It's fine.
But yeah, we're meeting. Well, not me, girl.
You're like, let's start over.
I'm like, why? And me meeting baby Noah. Like, girl, what is the reason? They're meeting him. Wait,
yes,
they've met him already, huh? Girl, I literally
having a rough morning, girl.
I'm sorry, guys, but we were like, oh my god, let's bring him on, and like, a little like meet baby Noah moment. He looks so cute.
I feel like he's like my little doll. Like, I have so much fun like just dressing him in blue with his little pacifier.
He looks so cute. You
guys
guys
see him? There he is. Oh my goodness. He's obsessed with his pacifier. Obsessed.
Huh?
It's funny because I thought this was the one that you got him, and I was like going through the vlog when we were like nesting, and I got him this pacifier when we were the first time we went to Bye Bye Baby.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we got him this pacifier, and I'm like, oh, it was meant to be. And then Brian had got him like another one, like a little monkey one, the one that the green one, the one that they typically give you at the hospital.
Yeah,
and he didn't like it.
Didn't like those. Mia doesn't like those either. She likes
She's a picky queen too, huh?
She likes the ones that like those like thick ones. I don't know how to explain it.
She took the other one though of this.
She did. You guys, I'm actually struggling to get my kid off of the damn chupon. Really? Off the pacifier. My daughter's 2 years old, you guys, and honestly, like, she got hooked to her pacifier. Noah,
he's waking up. I'm all scared.
Myra's like, Brian,
come get your kid. Just
kidding. Mia, she's been obsessed with her pacifier from the moment she was born. She started in the hospital, and like, I feel like it's gotten even worse now, like as a toddler, because like when she was an infant, like she needed it to soothe herself. Now she could be like happy and everything, but she has to have it in her mouth. I'm like, stop.
Oh my god,
Myra, we'll be at Disneyland, and she's thriving, and I'm like trying to rip it out of her mouth.
Stop.
And she's like gripping off her dear life,
going crazy,
and she'll be talking with it and everything. I'm like, no, I swear,
having full on conversations, like holding her with her teeth, like
she'll be asking for things and like talking with a freaking pacifier in her mouth. I'm like, take that out. Like, before it was just to soothe her, fall asleep. Now it's like she just wants it in her mouth all day. I'm like, stop.
Oh my god.
And I obviously, like, I'm the mom, like it's up to me when I take it from her. Duh, that's how it works. It's just like, I just feel bad, I guess. Like sometimes I'll try to take it from her, and she'll be like running around like pon pon, because we chupon, she calls it pon. She'll be like, pon 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 unta unta. She'll be looking for it, and she's like asking me for it, like, please, type of shit. So I'm like, oh my god.
Have you thought I feel bad. Like, do you know when you're gonna like lean her off of it?
I've been like Googling it for a while now, because after she was 1, I was like, how long do they use this for? Because it could actually like mess up your teeth. Like, it really can. Like, it's like when you suck your thumb a lot, like it will mess up your teeth. And like I had seen that at 2 to 3 years old. Like, there's 3-year-olds that still use it, and I'm like, I feel like 3 is pushing it. I don't want her to be at 3 years old with her chupon, girl. So I feel like, she just turned 2. I feel like this is a moment for me to start taking it from her. But like, she begs for it.
Aww.
At night, like, she'll like be looking for it, and if she can't find it, like, we gotta turn the lights on. Start digging up in that.
So if you're out and you like lose a pacifier, it's over.
A nightmare. One time we pulled up to Disneyland, and she had her chupon in the car, and like she had her pacifier on her. And tell me why, like, just unloading everything, there's so much shit that I forgot to unload like her chupon. So Disneyland, like, she was so fussy that day. Yeah. And like, she had fun and all, but I could just tell like she was
somebody tell her she's at Disney.
Yeah, like, she just really is into her chupon, and it's gonna be really hard to take it from her. I know people say to just cut the tip off and just give it to them. I've heard that. And that they'll lose interest in it.
There's like little kids, I don't know if you've seen the kids, where it's like it slowly leans them off, and it shows you like it starts like slowly like with a hole, and then it has like it slowly gradually goes.
Okay, so you have to put
should
a hole
look
in
into
first?
that. No, no. You buy them. They're already like made so to like lean them off.
What? I gotta buy more, bitch. Hold on.
No, but it helps lean them off like correctly without them like going crazy because it's like a process.
Okay, because
you don't want to go cold turkey on her.
I know. I feel bad. She loves it, Myra.
I know.
It's like her thing. Like anywhere we go,
she's obsessed, girl.
And if she goes like a few hours without, I mean, obviously she's not stuck to her face 24/7. You know, like she'll be thriving without it. But when she remembers it, like she could be having a blast, like running around playing. And if she sees her chupon on a table, bon bon, and she's like over there running towards it, and she'll be like literally like with it, like laughing, watching TV, but with the damn chupon in her mouth. I'm like, girl, you gotta let it go.
My heart.
So I'm gonna try to start getting her.
I'll look into that thing that I saw.
I'm gonna look into it because
I think it's gonna be good, girl.
And I, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Like I did want her to be into chupones. I think they're so cute when they have their chupones on, like as infants. But a whole toddler, I'm like, okay, yeah. Like you don't need it anymore.
All 10, like. One's getting
I know. I'm like, oh my god, Mia.
It's gonna take time,
but you know, I'm gonna try to get her off of it soon. I just feel bad because like her chupon is like her everything. Like, and she's already grown enough to know what a chupon is. So she sees other babies with chupones, and she'll be like, "Pon, pon." Like she's like,
give it to me.
No, she'll be pointing it out how they have their chupon too. And she'll like be like with her chupon. I'm like, girl.
Heart.
Or like anywhere we go, like she has to grab her chupon. Like you know how we grab our phone everywhere?
Yeah,
like she's like that with her chupon, bitch.
Her chupon.
So I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, anyways.
But yeah, we wanted to bring Noah really quickly. I think I'm gonna hand him off back to Daddy. All right, say bye, Noah.
Ay, hermoso. Does he ever know like when it's Brian carrying him and not you?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, like I have a way of like calming him down. I mean, he knows who his mother is, period, girl. I carried him for 9 months. He knows me. Even like when he was born, if you watch the labor and delivery vlog, he like literally, me promoting, click the link down below. I'm just kidding. You could literally see him stop crying. Like he immediately, when they put him on my chest, like he's just, I mean, he was still crying a little bit, but he like relaxes. He knew who I was. The first few nights, like he just knew who I was. And I feel like I do carry him a lot. I don't believe like in Brasilando them. Like
I don't think that's a thing when they're that little.
Yeah.
When they're newborns, bitch, like how are you gonna be in Brasilado? You're literally a newborn.
I almost feel like even if they are, like that's the point. I'm his mother. Like I carried you for 9 months.
I feel like this whole like you don't carry them too much, don't spoil them too much, like that is not a thing when they're newborns. Like you should be fully into them, you know?
Yeah, I feel like I should have that bond with my son. He should want to be in my arms 24/7. Like, you know what I mean? Because
he's a newborn. He's 1 month old.
Oh my god, he turned 1 month.
That he's 1 month, Myra.
He turned 1 month yesterday, y'all.
That's crazy. How does that feel?
It's crazy because I don't even. Like, I can't think about those 31 days. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Whoa.
I'm like, what do you mean? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Like, I have to actually go through my camera roll. I have to go through my camera roll and be like, okay, so this day I did this day I did that. Like, I feel like in my brain, it feels like it's been a week.
It's like
how fast it's
I've seen a saying on this. I used to have a cup. It's like a mom cup. And it says, the days are long, but the weeks are short. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause I'm sure your days have been super long, but that month,
oh my god,
felt like a week, right?
It's crazy. And then I look at like his newborn pictures, and I know he's just like a month, but I feel like he already looks different.
He does. He's getting plumpy.
He's getting plumpy. The house. He's getting thick. I think he's 10 pounds now.
He's gained 2 pounds.
Yeah, he's gained 2 pounds. He's wearing he's still wearing newborn, but I feel like for the most part he's wearing 0 to 3 months now. And he went home with a preemie outfit because even the newborn didn't fit him. So it's like a trip just in a month, like how much he's grown. Yeah,
that's
I'm
wild.
Curious. I know he has his doctor's appointment soon, so I'm curious to see like.
What about diapers?
He really does weigh. He's still wearing newborn, but I noticed he's having more like explosions. Where I'm like, I think he needs to go up a size. Yeah, he's ready for the one because even when he pees, like it goes on his.
Oh no, he needs a bigger size.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it's that one's probably
Honey,
too
I think
small.
You need a bigger size.
That's literally what I was thinking.
TikTok.
I think he needs a bigger size. He needs a 1.
Yeah,
he does.
I knew it. I was like, every time he pees, Karina, like he gets like a little puddle on
It's too small.
his hip. I'm like,
it's too small now.
But I literally have just a few left where I'm like, just use the last bit you got.
I mean,
girl.
yeah, might as well. I'm in the stage where, you know,
what size is she wearing?
Mia's a size 4. She never went past a size 4.
Oh,
she actually, the size 4 fits her a little like tight. I feel like she's ready for a size 5, but my mentality, I'm like, nah. There ain't no more sizes, bitch. You got to start potty training. That's how I'm seeing it, because Mia just turned 2 years old.
Pull-ups.
You know what? Pull-ups, sometimes people use them for potty training and sometimes people don't. I heard that a lot of times, like, they just see it as another diaper to pee in.
Oh, okay.
And the point is, like, you kind of have to show them that there's no diaper on so that they don't want to pee in something that's absorbent.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's hard. Like, Mia, I know we're, like, changing topics. Sorry, I'm all over the place.
No, you're fine, girl.
But, yeah, speaking of diapers, Mia's 2 now. I wanted to potty train her before, too. Like, I did, and I remember I would try to put her on her little like her little toilet, but she was like terrified of it. Yeah, like she was so scared of it.
She never would get potty trained, girl.
No, I know, but like they're scared, but you have to keep trying. So I tried that a couple months. I tried that like in January. Like she was like, you know, a few. Still. Like she was 21 months technically, and then I tried after that. A month later, she didn't like it, and I haven't tried since. But now she's 2. She just turned 2, and I'm like, I feel like she's ready because she knows when she poops. She knows when she pees. She's the kind to come tell you like pee pee, caca. Oh, so she's basically like, or she'll come tell me like pee 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 pee. She'll be like ripping off her diaper. Like she's telling me like, okay, I just shat myself. I need a new diaper. So for her to know that she needs it and her to be uncomfortable in her diapers, that's a huge sign that they're ready for potty training. Mm. It's just that like I guess it's just finding balance of like, oh my god, I'm so busy, but you need to dedicate days to potty training. Like if you want to do it right, you have to be there with them for at least like a week. I'm sure. Because you have to be watching them all day and stuff like that. So I'm like, I need to find that window of those days where I could just be like on her and like just potty train her.
So I have a question. You know, you said she's 21 months. Do you still count her weeks?
I don't.
When did you forget to stop?
Oh, the months?
Like, no, because like, okay, Noah's 4 weeks, right? Like, I know he's 1 month, but like, I know the Saturday coming up, I want to count him as a 5th week. When did you stop counting the weeks?
Oh, maybe when she turned like 2 months or something.
Really?
Yeah, after she was like 2 months old, I just kind of went by like months.
It is crazy that you're counting the months. I mean, it's not crazy. It's not. I actually don't. I would do it too. How do you know she's 21 months?
No, she's not 21. Well, now she's technically 24 because she's 2 months old. I mean, sorry. She's 2 years old. I don't use the month thing. The only reason I used it right now to reference her being 21 months for potty training was because I was like, oh, it's before her 2nd birthday, so I was like 21 months. And then when I would search it up, it would be like, oh, the best time to potty train is not 20 months, that's too early. 22 months is like the sweet spot, what I was seeing online for potty training. So that's why I use the reference of months. Yeah. I never have used months after 1 year old. I would just say she's 1, she's 1.5. She's almost 2. That's what I would say.
I feel like after the 1 year, yeah, that makes sense.
I never used like she's 13 months, she's 14 months, she's 15 months. I just kind of said like she's 1.
I can see how it happens.
She's gonna be 2.
I can see how like I could be saying like no, it's like 100 months. Like why?
No, yeah, I mean at doctor appointments, like they go based off their months. Like they'll be like 24 months or whatever. You know.
Well, okay,
so they do that. But when you're asking me, when someone asks me like, so how old is she? I don't say 24 months. I'll just be like, she just turned 2. Or I used to be like, she's 1.5. She's going to be 2 in a few months, like that. Like I would never be like months, just because I feel like for most people, it's like a little confusing. Yeah. Like, just say 2.
Yeah.
Just say she's 1. You know? Yeah.
I don't know.
But
wow. I mean, you're a little tired today, girl. So what's up?
I need to wake the fuck up. I don't know today. Like I just have no motivation. Myra texted me this morning, and you asked me, you're like,
if you have dry shampoo.
You're like, do you have dry shampoo?
And that was like at like 10, like 9, 10 a.m.
Yeah, and I was like, I saw that, and I was like,
you didn't reply till like 11, I think.
Yeah, I woke up late. Okay, so here's the thing. Also with Mia sleeps amazing right now.
Yeah.
And it's throwing my sleeping schedule off a little bit.
She's sleeping good?
She sleeps great. I feel like for a while, Mia really like kept me on my toes with like having a schedule, getting up early and stuff like that. She still goes to sleep early. Like she'll go to sleep like at 10 or 11, which is amazing. Like if I wanted to, I could just knock the fuck out and also get my 8 hours of sleep, and wake up early. But Mia sleeps a lot. Like I don't know if I'm sure it's every toddler. I think a lot of toddlers like sleep like 10 or more hours. She could sleep like 12 hours easily.
That's iconic.
So like the thing with me is she goes to sleep like at 10 or 11, Myra, but when she's sleeping,
you go to sleep, girl.
I'm upstairs at that time with her. But like I'm on my phone, and then before you know it, like last night I was watching Baddies West on my phone. So I was up till like 4 a.m, and I completely forgot we were filming today. Like fully out the window.
You actually texted me. You're like, oh wait, we're filming today at 11:30, huh? I was like,
wait, we're filming. That's right. So I got ready in like 30 minutes or so, which I feel like, I just got ready really quickly, and I was like, whatever, fuck it, make it work. But because Mia is waking up later nowadays, like to me, I'm like, well, I'm sleeping the fuck in, bitch. Like, what, So I'll be like, knocked the fuck out too. Like, Myra, even today, waking up at like, I woke up like, it was like almost 11. Mia was sleeping. She woke up until after I was ready. I was like walking out, and then she was like waking up like, hey.
Whoa.
I was like, you literally, like, it's great. It's amazing. I'm so thankful that I'm finally in a place where we're sleeping.
Yeah.
But like, she sleeps a lot. Yeah. And I'm like, how are you going to sleep at like 10, 11 and waking up till 10?
That much? I mean, I'm sure kids sleep
which is amazing. I'm so happy she does.
That just makes up for all the time you didn't sleep.
Yeah. But like, it also is throwing my schedule off a little bit, because then I just want to be in bed.
When they say sleep when the baby sleeps, bitch, I don't believe that. Like,
it's hard.
I'll be scrolling on TikTok, and then by the time he wakes up, I'm like, shoot, I should have been asleep right now.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so real.
Oh my goodness,
that is so real.
When did you feel like you started getting your sleep? It was just recent.
You know what? Every time I get questions about like Mia's newborn stage, I forget a lot of it. And when I remember when I had just had Mia, I would ask moms like, so what was this stage like? What was that like? And I remember they'd be like, because I would ask Myra, and she'd be like, I can't remember. And I remember I used to think like, what do you mean you can't remember? You had like 2 kids, Like, you're thinking like, how do you not remember? No, you dead ass don't. Like, I obviously I lived it and I have like an idea of it, but even now you ask me about like newborn questions and I'm like, fuck, I can't remember.
Well, even when you met Noah, you were like scared to carry him. I was like, girl, you had a whole ass baby. Like,
I know, because like Mia's like a whole toddler now. Like, obviously we raised a newborn too, but just being taken back to really that, you're funny. Like, oh my gosh, you forget. You literally forget.
Oh my God.
But
I could picture you with a newborn again. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure. No, but I'm saying, like,
you know what? No, I think I would get it down. Actually, I've thought of this. I mean, naturally, of course.
It's like surprise.
No. Of course, like, it would be again, it would be like, oh my gosh, okay, so like a newborn again, and kind of getting used to that lifestyle again. But I do feel like after Mia, like 100%, if I had another baby, I would be like, I know so much more now.
Yeah.
So much more. I would be so much more confident about the first month.
Yeah.
You know how that first month is really rocky, like, and you're like, oh my gosh, like adjusting to everything, not sleeping because of even the anxiety of just them sleeping, and like even just that stuff. I feel like I would feel more confident now, and I'd be like, okay, like, no, like let's sleep when the baby sleeps. Like I might actually sleep when the baby sleeps. I still don't do it much with Mia, but like I do sometimes. Like I'll take naps with her and stuff, like things like that. There's times where we'll be on the couch and like she fell asleep, Raul was asleep, and I'm just like, okay, and like I'll just take a little nap or whatever. And like, I mean, she's great. She sleeps a lot. It's just that I was just watching Baddies West so freaking late, So
yeah. So when did you start, like, okay, because I know, like, sorry, I feel like I'm interviewing you, bitch.
I know, I'm like, you're the one that just had the baby. I should be asking you questions.
I don't know how I have questions. So there's days where I feel like I'm like myself, like back to like my routine again, right? And then there's days where I feel like I'm back to like trying to figure it out. Because anytime I say, oh, I'm feeling like myself again today, like people will be like, oh, well, my baby's, this many years old and I still feel like I'm not myself again. And I'm like, okay, I could see how like some days you feel every day's different, because like, for example, today I'm ready and I just know because I'm ready that I'm going to want to have a productive day. But like yesterday, we didn't have dinner till like 11 p.m. Like I had breakfast and I went the whole day without eating till I had dinner because we were just so like busy the whole day. And it was one of those days where I look like complete crap, hair up in a bun.
Can I tell you something?
What?
I had dinner at 12 a.m. last night.
Period.
So that part, like, you definitely will have your days where you're, it gets a lot easier. 1,000,000%. I feel myself again. She's 2 years old now. I actually feel like completely myself again.
Yeah.
I'm starting to have fun now when I go out. I feel like the first like year or so, I felt a lot of like mom guilt about going out.
Oh my God. I was about to say that.
Stuff like that. Like I would feel like mom guilt about going out, turning up, or just going out in general, or leaving her ever, Like we just went on our first trip to Mexico recently without her. That was our first time ever going anywhere and leaving her overnight, period.
What about like when you
But I feel like now, sorry, where I was going with that was now I don't feel that guilt because I'm like, bitch, I deserve to go out.
Bitch,
the fuck you mean,
Parents need
bitch?
a break, period.
Like you start to realize you're like, no, like my kid knows what parent they got at home, bitch. I need to turn up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, right?
No, mom guilt is real. That's
mom
crazy.
guilt is real, and it's still real now. But I'm a lot more like, how do you explain it? I'm just more like, it's okay, girl. Like, it's okay.
And you're not like a bad mom where you're like not taking care of your child.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's
like,
not even like, it's not. I think in general, like not even just going out. I think just getting into a routine of, I don't know. I feel like I'm fooling myself 100% again, just with her in our life. And me and Raul were talking about this in the last episode. Like, I'm not even kidding, Myra. Like, I live for like family dates. Mm-hmm. Like, there's times where people will be like, "How come you guys don't go like to Disneyland like as adults, like and like go off and it'll be fun and all?" I'm like, it would be, and we've done it once, but it was not the same. Like, I love going out, the three of us together.
Oh,
so that's it's just your new life.
I can't wait. I told Brian, like, I feel like I was like reborn. Like I want to go to the zoo. I want to go to the aquarium. Yes. I want to take him to Disneyland. And I'm like, how soon is too soon? Because I'm ready to pull up in a week after my cuarentena. My cuarentena's over like in 10 days, girl.
Oh my gosh.
It's like 40 days. It's been, I need to make the math, girl, because the time is ticking and it's really close by.
It's fine though, because you got time, girl.
I just want to pull up to Home Goods. That's all I'm asking for. I want to go to Home Goods.
I think it's more about like getting out a little bit, right?
Getting out the house. Like we haven't stepped out. Like I guess I come here a few times, but like I have not gone to an outing, girl. I'm trying to just go have breakfast somewhere.
Okay.
With my little family. Like that's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm not
honestly,
asking for much.
It's like the little things that you live for.
I want to go on a walk. I have not gone on a walk because I'm scared of it, like the air hitting me a little too much.
Oh my gosh,
girl! I know.
Yeah, I mean, that's good.
Overthinking a little bit.
No, you're not.
But literally, Karina, I can't wait for like the first day to step out on the stroller and go for a walk in my neighborhood.
Yeah, it's the little things like that.
Those things.
It's just your new life. Like honestly, it's just your new life, and like I love it.
Yeah.
Like yes, of course, there's times where I want to go out with my friends and have a good time. For the most part, though. I feel like motherhood for sure. Like, for us, I thrive going out to the grocery store with Mia. Oh my God, Mia loves the grocery store.
I can't wait to go to the grocery store.
And wait till he's like a whole infant and he's like excited to be there and wants to grab shit off the shelves. Like Mia will literally like be pointing out fruit like, nah, bananas. She wants bananas. She wants cookies. Like she's like shopping when they're shopping with you and they're like actually like putting their input on things. It's so cute.
Oh, that's so cute.
And just like anything, going out as a family for breakfast and them actually like eating the food with you.
Yeah.
I 1000% like for me, the ideal day off is for sure us doing something, even if it's just us going to get frozen yogurt.
That's so cute.
Amazing. On a Sunday. Going to get frozen yogurt, three of us, like it's everything.
I love the newborn stage. It's beautiful and everything, but I can't wait to see a little bit more of his personality. I can't wait for him to be like laughing and stuff, like really get to know him like that, because I feel like actually right now, even though he's a newborn, I feel like I can like get an idea of who he is. Like Noah, he is, first of all, he is a mama's boy. Like he got to be with me.
He is a big mama's boy, huh?
Big mama's boy. He can't be without his mama, and he's a little grumpy.
I think that's part of his personality.
Day one, Karina, at the hospital, like since day one, like, and it's only when he's like demanding like his milk. If like we're a little slow, or like I like to pause every ounce and like burp him because I heard it helps with like cólicos and stuff.
Yeah.
So anytime we pause, he's like, like the way that he like renegates, like he literally does that. He does that. Yeah. I'm like, boy, where'd you get this from? I'm like, is this coming from me or Brian? I don't know. Is it me or
I don't know. I don't know who he got it from. You know, like.
But it's
growling.
just funny because
no, not growling. Sorry,
not the growl.
No, I mean like. You know that sound? I don't know.
And Karina, the other time too, she was kind of taking care of him while I used the restroom, and she was like, "Yeah, he has like that grumpy side of him.
He does. He's a little grumpy boy.
He's grumpy. He got a little attitude on him, huh?
And maybe it's not even. It could just be like a sound he makes, but it's just so cute to like think that it's his personality. You know?
I think it is because like he even makes a face like he looks like mad. Like he'd be like dogging me sometimes. I'm like,
stop. That's so funny.
I don't know. It could be. I mean. I'm thinking no. Hold on, let me take that back. He ain't dogging me, but he be giving me looks sometimes. I feel like he's judging me, girl.
That's funny.
I don't know. I just feel like you could see like that side of him.
Yes. Okay. You know, everybody says, and of course, like you know, a lot of doctors. So you know, yes, they have PhD. Yeah, they say how even when they're first born and stuff, when they're newborns, that their smiles are not real and any of that because it's like reflexes that they're making with their faces. Mm-hmm. And I really wanted to believe that until I had Mia, and I was like, she is the smiliest little girl in the world.
It's hard to believe that because if they could have like, if they can be emotional and cry, why can't they be like happy?
I think they just don't know how to express it yet when they're that little. I don't know. But Mia, like, I'm not kidding. Like, maybe it's just her reflexes. I don't know. But the moment this girl was born, she was beaming from ear to ear, like literally.
Like, I feel like he has moments where he smiles, or like I'll like kiss his neck and he'll and I'll do it again because I'm like, is this tickling him? And he'll smile. I'm like,
I think that first real smile, Myra, is around a month. No,
I heard it's like 2 months.
Is it? I don't remember.
Every baby's different though. It's gonna be soon. I'm excited.
Oh my gosh! You know what is like one of the cutest milestones? Like so random, but when they start giggling.
Oh my god.
Myra, when they start laughing.
When's that?
It's a few months in.
Okay.
I think maybe like 3-4 months. Again, I could be wrong.
And it's gonna come by so fast.
And it's so cute, Myra, because like once they start laughing, you can't shut them up. They laugh at anything. You do anything and they'll be like cracking up. I remember that specifically being one of the first milestones that I like literally my heart would explode into a million pieces because I was like, oh, that's the baby fever I'm talking about where they get you on a chokehold, bitch, and you're like, so oh my god, they're laughing. It's so cute.
It's crazy how you say that's like in a few months because when he was first born, like when I would hear like even I don't know, like putting lotion on them, like oh you can't put lotion on them till they're like 4 weeks, or
I forgot about that,
or you can't bathe them till their umbilical cord falls off, which is like in like a couple weeks. It could be a few weeks, and all those like little milestones. I would look at them like so distant. And now that we're a month in, I'm like, oh, when people say he's gonna laugh in like 3 months, I'm like, oh, that's like right around the corner. Now that I know how much time flies by, I'm like, oh, it's around the corner. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It flies by just too fast. And you know how right now you're saying you're like, I just want to see his personality so badly. Like, you know, that's exactly how I was with Mia. Yeah. I loved her as a newborn, of course. I was obsessed with her. But I was like, dang, like you just sleep all day. Like just like look at me, smile at me. I want to hear you giggle. I want to see who you're gonna be, you know?
But they become more alert like day by day.
They do.
He's not like how he was when he was a newborn.
Oh yeah, he's alert.
He stays awake longer.
Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is like, you know how right now you're like, I just want to see you like,
oh, he's still like prime. A newborn.
Yeah. For me, when Mia was a newborn, I just wanted to be like, I just wanted to see her in her prime, in her infant stage, and having a personality. And I was like, I can't wait till you start eating. I can't wait for you to start giggling, like actually acknowledging me, like things like that, you know? And then once you're there, you're like, oh my God. Like now I look back at that newborn face. I'm like, that newborn face is so like gold. It's gold, Myra. It's like gold. So precious that I feel like in the moment I probably didn't see it. I was soaking it all in. I took so much time with me as a newborn. I was so present, but I just feel like I didn't realize like how golden that little stage was.
You know what I've heard?
It flies by.
You know what I've heard? When you're having a hard time, to picture yourself as an 80-year-old with a time machine, going back in time with your child.
Oh yeah,
that is. I want to cry just thinking about it because like I literally I have moments where you know you're kind of just like in it, right? You're like, okay, days going by, but like are you really present. Grasping, are you really present, like, you know, in those moments? And sometimes I do like just look at him and I'm like, oh my God, one day like I'm gonna want to like freeze this, you know?
100%.
It's crazy. I'm like already emotional like 1 month. I'm like, what the heck?
I know, right? I saw a TikTok that said that there's a mom that says that she'll literally look at her kids and be like, "I'm gonna miss you."
Oh
She'll
my
cry.
God, stop. I'm going to cry.
Because the reality is they will never be that again. Like that. This is just like a blink of an eye, and it's like it's true.
Stop
like
playing, girl.
I look at pictures of newborn pictures of Mia, or like her as an infant, and I'm like, oh, I'm obsessed with that era of her, but I'm obsessed with her now because like I'm obsessed with every version of her.
Yes.
But I look back at those pictures and I'm like, I will never see her again.
Oh my
Like
God.
what? You know what I mean? Like I'm like, you're obviously she's her and stuff, and like this new version of her, she's a queen. I love to see like every version of her and like what she's becoming, but I look at her little like infant era and I'm like, oh my God.
That's why I try to enjoy it.
But then again, also like it gives me comfort that like I want to have more kids, and I'm like, oh, I'll see you like here and there, like in your brothers and sisters, you know. But knowing that like they won't be that little anymore, like that is kind of crazy, Myra.
So yeah,
because like this newborn phase of Noah, like it's gonna be like a blink of an eye.
That's why I try to enjoy it, because I know I'm excited for like, you know, the little milestones, but I really like, I'm trying to soak in everything, even though like you always feel like you try to soak it in and then you feel like you don't. It's like my pregnancy, I tried to soak in every moment, and now I'm like, I miss my belly. Oh, like I literally like, I think I cried like after, because I miss my belly. I miss just being pregnant, like just
pregnancy. So
it's such a beautiful feeling.
I miss it sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes I look back, I'm like, damn, I was like thriving pregnant.
It's such a beautiful feeling. But now I have Noah. I mean, you have Mia. Like, we're one big fat. What? I was gonna say one big fat family. What? I was gonna say one big happy family. Why did I say one big fat family?
That's so funny.
One big happy family.
That's funny.
But yeah. Oh my God, girl, my boobs hurt. I think it's time to pump.
You're kidding.
No, for real.
She's like 6 hours now.
The other day, oh my God, Noah's like latching so good. He had like 3 feedings on my boob yesterday, which is a big accomplishment.
Wow, that's
because
great.
I feel like for the most part, I'm just like pumping. Like I'm literally just a cowgirl.
Because he was having a hard time latching, right?
He was having a really hard time in the beginning in the hospital. Before my milk came in, because he wasn't latching, so we had to give him formula, which is fine. Fed baby is a fed baby, period. But I do really want to have that experience of like nursing him. So I've been pumping and pumping since day one, and milk is coming in. We're doing great with pumping every 2 hours. It's just really overwhelming.
It's a full-time fucking job. Overtime.
Like, it's overtime for sure.
Overkill, bitch.
I was talking to my cousin Janet. She was telling me, she's like, once she was able to latch her baby, she's like, I felt like I cracked the code. Because she was also pumping. And when I have like...
Because you kind of like don't have to pump after that, right?
I always dread like, oh my God, it's time to pump. And when he latches on, I'm like, yes. I feel like I'm like cheating my way out of pumping. I'm like, oh, I don't have that extra step anymore. Because it's not just pumping. Like you got to pump, and then you got to clean out your little things. And then that alone takes like... Oh, so
it's a
long.
whole fucking cycle. Yeah,
it's overwhelming. I could see how like people can like give up like easily, and it's not even. I don't want to even say give up, because I feel like there's even so much guilt with like making that decision to like let that go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I feel like I don't see myself doing it anytime soon, because I just feel like I would not be ready to. But I can see how like somebody would put their mental health first and just not do it anymore. It's a full-time job, but I really love doing it. I think like I was so I was doing it so much with Brancito, obviously. I was like fully pumping with him, that I really loved that side of motherhood. Even though it's exhausting, like I really love it. But like if I could nurse him like just fully, that would be amazing. What was I saying? Well, when I was like yesterday when I tried to latch him on, it's crazy how your boobs like literally will like squirt, girl.
Or the letdown.
Like the letdown is real. And then he's over here like trying to find the nipple. I'm like, buddy, your face is getting wet. Like put your mouth. Like what are you doing? You know? What were you gonna say?
Imagine like that. I was gonna say, because I know we jumped right into this episode, and I wanted to talk about how you're back again.
Yeah. And I won't be back next week.
No. If you can be back next week, that's fine too, girl.
No, yeah.
So this is the thing, guys. Last week, I told you guys I was like, Myra was actually having a really rough week last week. And I brought Raul on. This week, Myra was like, I'm coming back. That's it. I'm coming back. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But I just don't want her to feel the pressure to be coming back every week. So I just want to let y'all know I did not force Myra to come on here. No, she really wanted to come back on.
That was my decision.
Do you want to tell them last week what happened?
Yeah.
And like, there's a reason why she didn't come on.
So y'all know when you're breastfeeding, right? Pumping, you got to be really on that. So this day I was just busy. Like I was working on the labor and delivery vlog. I was really focused on it, I don't know, girl. I guess I just wasn't pumping like I was supposed to, right? And I just noticed like my left breast was hurting so freaking much, like excruciating pain. And I knew what was coming. I'm like, I have a freaking milk duct. Like milk duct?
Well, they're full of milk ducts.
Oh,
you had a clogged one?
Probably? A clogged milk duct. And it was in so much pain. Like it literally, my breast was on fire. I knew it. I was like, oh my God, you have to keep pumping. And that night I started feeling like, when you have a fever, like you know how you feel, girl. You start feeling hot. You just feel like shit. Really. And I was just there in bed and I told Brian, I'm like, I don't feel good. Like we were even checking my blood pressure and because my head hurt and like my blood pressure was a little high, but I knew it wasn't like a real cause for concern, like necessarily my blood pressure being high. I knew it was because I literally had a headache and I had a fever. I told Brian, I'm like, no, I have a fever. Like, and yeah, I Googled it. And like when you're sick in general or in pain, like your blood pressure can spike. So I wasn't necessarily concerned about my blood pressure. I was just more like, I have a full on fever right now, like headache, everything. So I started looking into it and like all the symptoms led to mastitis. Mastitis, I think. Mastitis. And it's an infection. Basically, it's not anything to be concerned about if you just continue to pump it and get rid of the clot. The clot?
It's like clogged duct.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A duct or whatever.
Yeah. And yeah, I ended up taking ibuprofen. I was able to break the fever. No, but like the symptoms were to the T, Karina. My boob was in freaking pain. I had a headache. I had a fever. I had chills. I had like the shakes, literally what symptoms of a mastitis is. It's crazy.
Bitch, and a fever too. Like when I have a fever, I could be sick with a cold. I could be sick with freaking anything and I could pull through, but a fever, bitch, will really bring you down.
No, a fever will do it, bitch. Like there's no getting me out of the bed. My day's done with. So I break the fever with ibuprofen. I'm still pumping and I just know it's that because like my freaking boob, no matter how much I pump, I'm like over here massaging it. I'm using heat pad.
Okay, guys, let's say that you've been worried about a health problem that you have and you almost resort to texting your group chat to get your friends' opinions. If this is not me and Myra every single day with our health anxiety, girl, it's probably very unlikely that we're going to find quality medical advice in the group chat, girl. But you could find it from an actual doctor on ZocDoc. There is thousands of medical professionals on ZocDoc that are there to help you. They listen like a friend and give you the expert care that you need. So it's like a group chat with your friends, but it's not your friends. It's an actual doctor who you should actually be seeking. You're trying to find a cause for your symptoms and you stumble down a TikTok rabbit hole full of questionable advice from so-called experts. If this ain't me, girl, I feel like TikTok is my new Google. Guys, there's better ways to get the answers that you want and the ones that you actually need and the care you deserve from trusted professionals and not random people on the internet. ZocDoc helps you find expert doctors and medical professionals that specialize in the care that you need and deliver the type of experience that you want. And you know you're in good hands when you know the person knows what they're doing or what they're talking about, just like you would trust a chef with your food or just like you would trust a waiter or a doctor. And when you find the right doctor, you could feel it. You feel heard and at ease. On ZocDoc, finding the doctor that's right for you is seamless. The quality care you need is just a few taps away in the ZocDoc app. Way easier than actually going on TikTok and going into a whole rabbit hole and worrying for hours if you should go to the ER or not when it's just a few taps on ZocDoc and talk to an actual doctor. Oh my gosh, there's nothing worse than going to a doctor's appointment expecting to be the center of attention, and then your doctor seems like they have better things to do and better places to be, or going to the ER and waiting freaking hours to be treated, guys, and only for there to be nothing wrong. And sometimes at the doctors, you guys, instead of them listening to you intently, asking you how you feel, helping you along, the doctor is just checking the clock. On ZocDoc, you'll find quality doctors who focus on you, they listen to you, and they prioritize your care. ZocDoc is actually the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. Because girls, sometimes I think I have every condition under the sun and I don't know what's going on. When you're not feeling your best and you're just trying to hold it together, finding great care shouldn't take up all your energy. That's where ZocDoc comes in and using their free app that millions of users rely on, by the way. You can find the right doctor that meets your needs and fits your schedule. Book an appointment with a few tabs in their app and start feeling better faster with ZocDoc. Girl, I already feel my health anxiety going away. Me and Myra need to get on this because when I tell you, the unnecessary trips to the ER are a little ridiculous. Go to ZocDoc.com/chins and download ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/chins.
Support for today's episode comes from Jenny Kane. Perfect timing with Mother's Day around the corner.
Jenny Kane makes for the perfect Mother's Day gift, y'all. Think minimalist vibes meets luxury, mama.
Jenny Kane items are classic, comfortable, California-inspired clothes, from the cotton or cashmere knit sweaters you're obsessed with to the flowy summer dress you never want to take off, girl.
With their elevated everyday basics and their wardrobe essentials, you guys, getting dressed is easier than ever before. So when it comes to investing in an outfit that'll last, we choose Jenny Kane.
For a limited time offer, our listeners get 15% off the entire order. Go to jennykane.com and use the code CHINS to get 15% off.
Summer is around the corner and Jenny Kane embodies that California dream, that very like aesthetic girl that you see on TikTok. I feel like it's giving that. Have you seen their site, girl? It's the most aesthetically pleasing and most minimalistic apparel.
Jenny Kane is known for their luxuriously lightweight, perfect for any season sweaters, from their classic cocoon cardigan, the Luxe Kind fisherman sweater, or the best-selling Chloe crewneck. We love a little crewneck moment.
It's giving clean girl aesthetic for sure. These are core pieces you can dress up or down all season long, you guys. Their cotton sweaters pair perfectly with weekends or work days and look so put together, layered, or worn solo also. I actually just got myself one of their cardigans and I know I'm gonna be living in it.
And if you haven't tried their iconic leather knot sandals, girl, then you haven't felt true comfort. Leather gives them such an elevated touch and they work well with everything. They're the only shoes you'll reach for the spring and summer, girl. I just ordered the slippers, girl, and these are the next one on my list.
The basics in our wardrobe are so essential for outfits. You can dress them down or wear them alone. I feel like all you really need is basics.
Simple, stylish, comfortable, and chic. Jenny Kane is a modern, minimalistic style that makes you feel as good as you look, girl. As a new mom, I want to be comfortable but still look cute, girl, and this is giving all of it.
It really is giving mom girl aesthetic, girl. With work, errands, or a night out on the town, Jenny Kane is our go-to for easy everyday outfitting. Whether this is a gift for you or the woman in your life, Jenny Kane will not disappoint. Myra, I know you ordered the slippers, girl, but this cardigan, I know you're going to want it, so I'm going to gift you one for Mother's Day.
I'll be waiting, girl. So find your forever pieces at jennykane.com. Y'all, our listeners get 15% off your first order when you use code CHINS at checkout.
That's 15% off your first order, JENNIKAYNE.com. Promo code CHINS. Mamas, this is your month. You deserve this.
The next day, I wake up a lot better. My boobs like still a little sore. Like I know I'm slowly getting rid of like the
clot.
The clot.
I mean, the clot. The fucking.
I
I don't know.
I'm slowly getting rid of it, right? And I'm getting ready because we're about to film the podcast. And all of a sudden, I feel the fever kicking in. You know when you have a fever, like it's just such a shitty feeling. And I told Brian, I'm like, I'm having a fever again. Like it's coming back. And he's like, are you sure? Like it's not anything like. Are you fine? I'm like, yes, I know it's my boob. Like, it's so obvious. It's my boob is in pain. I know exactly what it is. And I just continued to pump. I texted Karina. I texted Crystal. I was like, you guys, I was not thinking of not filming. I was thinking like, I'm going to push through getting ready and I'm going to figure this shit out and I'm just going to film. Like, I'm going to take my ibuprofen. I'll be fine. And here I was with the peanut butter face, literally like my foundation just on my lips and everything over here, right? Like freaking ghost
God,
texting Karina like, girl, like I feel like shit. I'm running a little bit late. Just give me some time because I had to take a lot of breaks between like getting ready. I was just in my bed because I needed to rest. I was like, I feel so shitty. I was also very sleep deprived that morning. It was just like a shitty combination, girl.
I mean, bitch, the fact that you have to like come over here too and stuff, pack up like all the baby stuff. I get lazy sometimes just going downstairs.
It's a lot.
Like, I was like, damn, this is fucked up. Like, Myra just had her baby and like she's having to come over here to film.
Yeah, shout out
like,
to Crystal because
no.
she was the one that I told you, hon. Like, we're not
She's
filming
like,
today.
we can't do it. Like, she needs time off. I was like, 100%.
And I kind of, I knew that I was going to push through. But when you told me that, I felt this relief off me, Karina. Because I feel like I'm the type of person that no matter like how I'm feeling, I always try to like push through shit and just like, I don't know how to say no.
How did you feel about this week? Like, for real,
I was
for real?
excited to come back.
Okay. I'm like, keep it real. She's like, fuck, I don't want to be here.
No, I actually, I don't know. Like, I feel like for me, I really do enjoy the podcast. For me to have been like, I'm not going, bitch, I was down bad. Like, I was like, because I truly do enjoy like filming the podcast, girl. I felt so shitty. So, yeah, that day I took a lot of rest. Even Brian, he took care of Noah for most of the day and just let me rest. And I felt amazing. Great. I felt amazing, and I learned from that experience that, you know, you got to pump every 2 hours. At night, I try to do like 3, 4, not even. Sometimes I'll be doing longer stretches, and I'm like, ooh. But I think it's part of it. My mom told me, she's like, yeah, it's kind of like a thing that happens, you know. But that's the downfall, I guess, of like outside of like, you know, it being a hassle every 2 hours. Like, oh, like sometimes it's just a little. They get engorged and all of that. But I wouldn't change it for a thing. I love it.
Of course.
Yeah, I love it. But I'm hoping he starts latching soon because...
Well, he's getting better, you said. Gotten better at latching and stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, like, you know how this is like this whole new like routine and stuff? It's a thing, you know, when you become a parent where, you know, you see your friends, but you might not see them as often in the beginning. I've noticed, for example, like firsthand, you know, we'll hang out at our friend's house. We'll like be making dinner and stuff. And a lot of times, like obviously Myra's doing cuarentena, so she's not like there for that. Like, have you noticed a big shift with like friends and stuff? Because I noticed it with myself too. So I just want to ask, like,
I noticed in the group chat when you guys are like planning things, and I feel like I naturally have to reply. So I don't think you guys don't think I'm ignoring y'all. So I'll reply like, oh, sorry guys, you know, cuarentena, I can't go.
Oh, like I feel like we already know though.
Yeah. But I feel like it would be rude of me to just like leave y'all on red.
Yeah.
So I'll reply, but like, yeah, like, or even like pregnant, like when you guys used to plan like, oh yeah, you guys, it's the weekend, let's go to a bar. And I'm there like, LOL, like, have fun, y'all, take a shot for me, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like I have to like reply because I don't want you guys to think that I'm just like ignoring y'all.
Yeah.
So like when you guys hung out like this past week, I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, I want to go, which I feel like those activities, like you guys getting together to cook, like of course I could do that. Like
it's
just give me a week,
though.
girl. I'm sure I can go.
I mean, sometimes it's just overwhelming to pack everything up, you know.
Or yeah, that too.
Because you don't have to have an excuse like, oh, I'm busy today. Like, no, like just in general, like sometimes you're just overwhelmed. You're like, dang, I've had a long day of pumping. Like to go out right now, pack my stuff up.
That's an excuse out of the house. You have to have like a plan. Your baby has to be fed. I got to make sure I pumped. What else?
I mean, honestly,
diaper bag
things just change when you become a parent. Like obviously, you know, now that me as a toddler, like I feel like it's a lot easier for me to like just like run out of the house now. Like of course packing up her stuff is like a whole ordeal within itself. But you know, she's already 2, so whenever I go to my friend's house and stuff like that, it's easy for me to be like, all right, Mia, we're leaving, let's go. I grab her stuff and we leave. But when you become a parent, like even like friendship dynamics change a little bit. Like your friends that do have babies and your friends that don't have babies.
Yeah.
And then a lot of them are also like, for the most part, really understanding too. But like it does change naturally, you know? Like you have your friends that maybe in the past you like saw more and that you don't see as often anymore because maybe like their lifestyle's a little bit more different than yours. Like maybe they party more and you're like, you know, more at home as a mom and stuff. So
yeah.
A lot of stuff changes too. But I feel like also like our friends are we're not like going out every weekend. Like our friends, like we're usually the kind that will hang out and make food and stuff.
I think like if you're like a party animal, I don't feel like I feel like I'm a homebody. I don't think like I'm a party animal like that in general. Like, I don't think I've been a party animal like that. So it doesn't like change. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I know what you mean.
Like, I feel like we don't have that group of friends where we're like freaking
well, I have some
it
depends, because I have some friends, you know, I have like my close circle, but I do have friends that, you know, they like to go out and stuff. And they'll be like, let's plan something. I'm like, yeah, for sure. But I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not as easy for me to just be like, yeah, let's go out every weekend. Like, I can't do that. And like, honestly, I prefer not to.
Yeah.
I don't want to be every weekend out at a party, you know, like there's days that on my day off, I really just want to do family things. Like, just your priorities do change. Like, of course I still want to have fun, and you know, but things change. Like, there are certain friends that are more into like party mode, where I'm like, I love you so much, but I'm probably only going to see you like, I'm probably going to see you a little less, just because our lifestyle's so different, you know, like for me, a lot of priority is like, you know, being home with Mia, like whenever I can. And not every weekend that I'm free, I'm going to want to go out to a club. Like, you know what I mean? Or, you know, maybe like planning trips. You know, I talk to people who maybe, you know, I have like friends who are like, let's plan to go here, let's go here, are very like spontaneous. And I'm like, I can't be spontaneous with trips like that, because one, like I've only gone on one trip without my daughter, and like when it comes to trips, I do think about my daughter. Like, I guess now within our circle, whenever we make trips or whenever we talk about trips, I'm like, oh my gosh, so like, are we gonna bring our kids, or can we bring our kids? I think more about that.
Like, how do you feel about that? So I mean, it's way different like leaving your baby overnight, but like your first time you, I don't know, went to like an event or something, or dinner, and you had to leave her, I think, with your suegra or my mom, like how long did that take you?
I don't remember how long it took me, but I think the first time that I went out, I'm remembering
boobs are like going off right now.
You need to pump soon, huh?
I need Brian. Hello, I need to clean my.
For me, I actually remember going out to the Grupo Firme concert, and I had Mia maybe a couple months before that. And like, you know, the Grupo Firme concert, we had already booked it in advance and stuff. So we went to that. And
but that was like in August.
I don't know then. Maybe I'm not thinking about it.
That's like 4 months.
Something that just stands out.
That was the first time you left her?
I can't remember. I really can't remember. That's the only one that stands out. But I'm sure there was other times that I maybe went to an event and like left her for a few hours.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about like expectations versus reality of like becoming a mother, because I feel like when you know, when I was pregnant, obviously like
you get an idea of what you think you're gonna do.
You think you're gonna be a certain way, and you know, things are completely different. And I'm saying this so you're not like because I feel like people always go in it thinking like, I'm gonna do this or that, and then after that comes mom guilt because you didn't do this or that of what you had planned. I wanted so badly. I swore up and down, going back to, you know, breastfeeding, I really thought like he was gonna latch immediately, and we were just gonna have that beautiful moment of like, yes, I knew I was gonna pump, maybe like for certain things, like right now I'm filming the podcast, that'd be great to pump, you know, milk is already ready, things like that. But I didn't expect for him to not latch at all. I mean, he did latch, but like I really thought he was not going to struggle. I thought he was going to find the boob and know where the boob is, and things like that do give me mom guilt, where I'm like, oh my goodness, like he actually sometimes he makes faces sometimes at my boob. I'm like, you don't like my boob? Like, speaking of pumping, girl, let me just pop these on real quick, girl.
I think it's probably just like different from like, you know, the bottle nipple, and he's just gotten used to it.
Yes.
But it's not, you know, I think he's just, maybe it's harder for him to latch when he's like, why do I have to work for it when I could just, you know,
that part.
With the
Hold on, let's pause real quick. I'm going to pop these on real quick, girl. Oh, by the way, these, Karina, she let me borrow them. I've clearly kept them after. But these are
I don't need them anytime soon.
The LV pumps. These are iconic. They are not like so loud. I have the mom cozy ones. I bought those. They're loud.
But those are like more like, those also...
Like, you don't, you can like walk around with them and stuff.
Okay.
But they're loud. I'm like, bitch, I can't be out on the grocery
store. They're powerful though, huh?
Powerful, the house.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, y'all.
Because the LV, when I used to use it, it was it did not pump as much as I wanted them to.
Yeah, I love these. They're iconic. But yeah, the mom cozy ones are a little loud at the house. But What was I saying? Oh yeah. So, that's one thing that I really, really thought like he was going to latch immediately.
There's a lot of things that you think you're gonna do, or that you maybe even before that you like, like for example, I'm thinking of like before I had Mia, like I used to see certain like parenting styles and I'd be like, well, I'm gonna do this different, I'm gonna do that. And then once you're there, you're like, oh well, it just, even things you expect you're gonna do change. Whether it's like breastfeeding, because I really wanted to breastfeed too with Mia, and it was really hard, and I had that guilt of like I can't quit, but
It's
eventually
normal
I
to
did.
have that guilt though, huh?
Yeah, with anything, like
Yeah, or even like getting like frustrated. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens where you're gonna have moments where, you're learning, your baby is brand new to the world, they're learning a lot too. And you're gonna have moments where you are frustrated. There's gonna be moments where you are a little bit stressed out, and there even comes guilt with that.
Yeah, Myra was telling me about this, and I was like, that's super normal, girl. Even now with Mia, like at 2 years old, I don't feel that guilt as much anymore. Like when I'm like annoyed with her, I'm just like, okay. Like I'm already past that stage where I'm like, I love you, I love you, but you're annoying right now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I feel like we're past that stage already, because there's definitely moments where I'm like, Mia, what do you want? What is it? Like what? Talk to me, because like this is, I'll be like annoyed with her. But I feel like that I don't feel guilt about that anymore. But in the beginning, of course, you're like, I'm so grateful, I wanted this so bad. Like, why am I feeling this way? That's 100% normal. You're gonna get frustrated. You're getting used to this whole new lifestyle, this whole new routine, and a lot of times, parenthood is glamorized a little bit. Is that what the word is?
I think so.
Where you envision like this happy, like, oh, like, happy little family. Like I'm a mother now. They like this whole mom life that you see on TikTok, you see online, like all these, like, that mom life, like so iconic, so aesthetic, so it's like a vibe, and then you're there and you're like, it's so beautiful, it's a huge blessing, there's so many happy moments.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't change it for the world, but it does have its struggles too. Yeah, you're not always going to be like happy. There's going to be moments where you're like, what am I doing? Like,
Yeah, it's normal. I feel like a lot of people probably don't talk about it, but yeah, I'm obsessed with my son. He changed my life. He literally saved me. I'm literally obsessed with him. But that doesn't change the fact that sometimes I'm like, okay,
100%.
being a little fussy, and maybe I'm stressing out because I'm like, oh my God, like I'm trying to like,
that's so normal, Myra,
help you out right now, and you're still crying, and then I feel bad because he's probably like colicky, and then I start like thinking like, what did I eat? Because something's in my milk that he's colicky of. The mom guilt is so real.
It's so real,
insanely real. Like if I'm not changing, I really ask myself, I'm like, am I changing enough diapers? Like, is Brian taking care of a little bit more than me? Where I'm like, does that make any sense?
Yeah, it's so normal.
Where you're like, because okay, me and Brian have like we kind of got a routine down where like I do the night shift, like I do the night feeds, the diaper changes, and like 7 a.m. hits, and I'm waking up Brian like, okay, take over because I'm exhausted. And I sleep in that morning, like I really get my sleep. And then I end up waking up. It's a little bit later. Brian's downstairs. But I have that guilt of like, is he like taking care of him more than me? But I'm like, no, we're balancing it. I'm not thinking that like when he's sleeping through the night, you know what I mean? But like mom guilt is so real. It comes in many different forms. So you're falling asleep, huh?
I'm not. Oh my God. I really hope that I look aware today. Because, okay.
You're like.
No, and literally as I'm talking to you, Myra, I'm like fully invested.
Oh, okay.
I'm just having such a like low day with energy, and I just want you guys, because I could already see the comments. Karina's so bored, falling asleep. Because I've seen that before, where they'll be like, Karina's so uninterested, and I'm like, I'm literally fully in this conversation. My energy is just low today, you guys. So please,
it's okay, girl.
And then also, genuinely, like I don't have much to talk about like right now in my life, like. I feel like I'm fully invested in what's going on with Myra. Like, she just had a baby. Like, she has a lot to update you guys on. And I'm here just to mostly, like, listen and be a part of the conversation. But, like, I'm interested. So if I'm here just, like if I look like I'm dazing off, I promise you I'm listening. And that's that. But I don't want anyone to think I'm, like, falling asleep. I'm just having a really low energy day today, bitch. But
it's okay, girl.
But I feel like, for sure, like, a lot of this update, a lot of this week, like about how, you're coming back again.
Yeah.
And, all that
it's
stuff,
just a lot to update.
Yeah, you have a lot to update.
Yeah.
Like, when am I going to update them on? So I have like, you know, we started the monthly boxes
Yes.
for Squishy Bunny last week. Last month was the April boxes, which was the Easter boxes.
I loved it.
As you guys are watching this on YouTube, on Friday, we are launching our May box today at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you guys. So if you guys want to get your hands on the box,
They're
make
so
sure you guys
cute.
are there.
I think I've seen them, right?
Yes, the May boxes it's the Fiesta Slime bundle because I wanted to go, I wanted to kind of go like with Cinco de Mayo theme because, we originally were planning on launching on Cinco de Mayo, but we got behind a little bit. We were like, we're still going to go with that vibe.
So cute.
But there's like different slimes in there that I chose. Like there's like a corn one with clay, like literally an elote preparado. There's a mangonada in there.
Period.
There's guac dip and stuff. So like this box is so cute. And I just want to let you guys know because it is launching today as you guys are watching this on YouTube. So if you guys want to get your box,
get your boxes.
Very limited amount will be available on squishybunny.shop.
So
There's gonna be tons of them, but when we launch them with the boxes, when we launch them, like that's the only time they launch because the next box after that will be like the next month box. Does that make sense? Next month is June. So next month will be a different box. So when we have our launches, when we launch the box, just know that that's the only time that goes up. It's like exclusive to that month. And that's the only stock there will be of that specific box with those slimes.
First come, first serve.
But yeah, guys, those will be available today. So if you guys want to get your hands on one,
Iconic.
I love these slimes so much.
Iconic.
Yeah, that's what's going on with me. Literally, like, can you imagine me coming on the podcast like, so how was my week? We've been at the warehouse making slimes.
Period.
We are discussing possibly upgrading warehouses, still in the air. As you guys know, we have Gemela Cosmetics, we have Chins and Giggles, and I'm just gonna say it, we're working on trying to get merch, guys, for Chins and Giggles. It's in the works, but in the next couple months there should be Chins and Giggles merch.
They're gonna love it.
And I've already seen some of the mock-ups and they look incredible. Yes. But with the warehouse being so crowded, when we first got the warehouse, we got it, for all the brands. And then eventually, like, Squishy Bunny just, like, kind of took over the whole warehouse. And it's just been so crowded. Chaotic. The slime shop is crammed in that bitch.
Also, Gemela Cosmetics, I know she's been a little quiet, but we've been working on some fun things that we're launching.
Yes.
And I think that's why we took like a really long break with it because, with the time off that we've taken off with it, we're doing stuff behind the scenes.
Yes.
We're working on things.
We took a good break from it. So, at the warehouse right now, I've been thinking, I'm like, the fact that we're going to launch new products soon, I'm like, where the fuck are we going to pack these orders? Because this warehouse is just full to capacity. Like, ain't no fucking way. Like, there's just no way. So, we've been looking at a bigger place. We're not like 100% set on it, but this place is like literally like almost 3 times bigger than the current warehouse. It's massive and has so much office space and so much warehouse space. So there's a possibility of us moving into there. Mm-hmm. And then if we move into there, we'll have way more space for the other brands. And like, there's no way that we would take up the whole space. I just feel like it'd be the perfect size. But we'll let you guys know more like on what the decision is for that. But we're talking to like the people about it. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exciting. Crazy. Like we get a new warehouse. Like that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Because right now, like, the Squishy Bunny warehouse is just like, fuck. It's crazy, girl. But we're working on it.
Wow. Exciting.
So that was,
stuff.
2 minutes of my update, girl. Because I got nothing really to update you guys on.
She's booked and fucking busy. Period.
Anyway. Well, she's booked and busy being a mother. You and
you're like, oh, that too. Yeah. I know. I feel like I'm like really just letting all these moments sink in, and I'm slowly getting back. Like even on the vlog channel, I started.
You are. I've been seeing you post a lot more.
Yeah,
I haven't posted like meeting Noah or anything. Like
you should.
Like, the video. I kind of want to post.
I left like very little bit on my vlog of you meeting him because I knew that you had vlogged.
It's okay.
Put very like literally very little bit.
Edit that vlog for real.
Yeah,
to get on it.
But I'm slowly getting back on. I feel like I took a break. Like after he was born, I really let it sink in because he just turned a month yesterday, and like I posted a labor and delivery video like a week ago.
He has his newborn pictures coming up, right?
His newborn pictures. Okay, that's what I was gonna get into. So I had booked a photographer. She was talking to me how she had got a C-section, and I was like, it was so fresh for her.
Gosh, yeah.
I felt so bad that I was trying to book her. I messaged her. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Like we'll work on like pictures. Like we'll probably do like his half birthday or something. But take time off, because she was telling me how she was gonna take like pumping breaks and stuff, and that's when I realized, I'm like, she just had a baby too. Like, what am I doing? Like, she's probably not even back into like work mode like that. Like, why am I even asking
I get it.
her if she has time?
Yeah.
I felt bad, so I basically canceled the appointment, and I was like, no, girl, take your time, enjoy your baby, recover, do your thing, because what the heck? Like, why am I gonna have her working? So I hit up another photographer. She did my maternity shoot, one of my maternity shoots, and I also I did want to do newborn pictures with her too. So I did message her, and I actually have it this Saturday coming, but he's gonna be 5 weeks for that. So she did tell me.
Oh.
She did tell me, she was like, okay, because he's like already like a little older. She's like, he might not fit in some of the props. I was like,
oh
my
gosh.
heart broke.
Oh no. I mean, he's still so small.
But I'm like, I'm still gonna look back at and be like, he was 5 weeks here. That's still so newborn,
Yeah.
But she did say, and I could imagine like he is a lot more alert now. I'm like, oh no, it's gonna be really hard to get you in these little positions.
Oh.
He just wants to be with me too.
Oh Myra, it's gonna be hard.
So I do feel like maybe we could get like cute pictures of us together.
Why don't you do that? Get some of you guys together. See, I wish I could have done that with Mia's newborn pictures. I just took pictures of her. I wish I had pictures, like professional pictures of her as a newborn with me. I didn't do that.
I think like that would be easier because he wants to be in my arms the whole time, so he'd be calm like taking the pictures with me. I just want to make sure that he's obviously fed. She told me try to keep him awake as much as possible before that, so he could sleep throughout the photo shoot. So it's gonna be a challenge. And then she's in Silmar, so she's like a whole hour, and like she's almost like 2 hours away from us. So I'm like, that drive over there, those 2 hours, how am I gonna keep him awake? Like he sleeps in the car ride.
Here's what I would say. I would just say get the photo shoot over with, because every week that you wait, he's gonna be more alert and more alert. And I would say that you already waited.
Well, the appointment's booked for this Saturday.
You gotta do it, girl.
I gotta just ride through it and hope for the best.
Yes, because if you wait even just another week or two, then he's gonna be 2 months old, and girl, like, yeah. But
I'm excited, so we got that down.
Yeah, but that's gonna be super cute.
Oh my god, I can't wait for my cuarentena to be over, girl. I'm telling you, the first thing I want to do is pull up to like Home Goods or Target,
Queen,
and just go grocery shopping.
I love grocery shopping.
Yeah,
that's my thing, girl.
I know. Oh my god, but yeah, she's here being a mother. She loves it. I'm like, I was born to be a mom.
Period.
Yeah.
That part. Starts crying, imagine?
No. Random question. Do you think Noah looks like Briancito?
I think he does.
I feel like a lot of people tell me he does.
Yeah. You don't see it?
And I see it, but I also... So when I got pregnant, I am like the kind of person that I'm very about like, I want him to know that he's his own person, and because like I don't see them like I see them as their own individual, which as I should, right? But like I know Briancito looks a certain way, and the way that I picture him, like when I always picture him like running around and stuff, I picture him a certain way, and they look like siblings. Like even like when he actually was physically here, they look like siblings. I could still tell them apart, but they do have a lot of similarities.
I get that.
I have seen pictures of Briancito, like older pictures, and I'm mind blown. I feel like I'm looking at Noah. It is a trip.
Yes,
it's a trip.
There's a certain stage that he went through, and right now that I saw him today, I'm like, he looks a lot like that stage.
Yeah. What stage is it?
Like you have a video of him where he's being held like that, and they're like, "Big boy," about Briancito. Oh. That video, Myra, is literally a spitting image of Noah right now. That's him right now. And like I don't know if it's Noah like getting like so chubby from his face. And I remember that specific video of Briancito. I was like, he looks so chubby from his face. Like that video is literally him right now.
Yeah,
Noah is a literal little doll. So cute. Like I tell Myra, I'm like, he's so precious. Like I can't wait to see him when he's like 6 months old, because right now his face is getting so chubby. I'm like, I can't even imagine how he's gonna look, a little ball. So cute.
Yeah, he's an icon. But yeah, I feel like they do look alike, but I still distinguish them like
you see them as their own people.
100% as their own people.
As siblings, and you're like
as
their brother
siblings,
and sister.
yes.
You don't feel. I feel like you when you were pregnant, when you were like, you know, in the middle of all of it, you were like, I hope he looks like him. I want to have some comfort in him looking like him. And I feel like now that Noah's here, you see them as like their own person 100%. And siblings, that you're not even worried about them looking like each other. You're just like, they're siblings. Like they're just, yes. Which is really nice. Like that's
yeah, because I feel like for anyone that has lost a child, you're kind of worried about, like, even in general, you're like, am I comparing them too much, or am I doing this or that? And no, like, I truly see them like as their own individual people. Noah did get Briancito's middle name. I mean, Briancito's name as his middle name,
which is so beautiful, I think.
You know, a way of honoring him, not to replace him, but just to way and honor him. And it's also his dad's name, you know. Mm-hmm. So Noah Brian. And that was also another thing that I was kind of like struggling with. I wasn't sure even up until I was signing the birth certificate.
Oh, if to put his name in there?
Brian was like, you know, do it. And I paused. I was like, I don't know what to do. I prayed about it. Me and Brian talked about it. But even then I was like, I did not want Briancito to think that because I was using his middle name that's just like immediately like,
oh my god, not at all.
No, but that's like the thing with Mom.
I think it's beautiful too, like how you're like honoring him and putting him like as a middle name. And,
isn't that crazy though? But at the hospital while I was signing the birth certificate, I had a moment where I was like tearing up, and I was like, Briancito, like I this is not to replace you, this is to honor you. Mm-hmm. Like I had to have a moment to understand that.
Yeah.
But
you know how you were so worried? This is like so random. I just thought of this thought. I remember you were so worried about him being born, and you feeling like your thoughts would be too much on like
Briancito,
grieving Briancito. Do you feel like in that moment when he was born, do you feel like do you feel like, you know, all that, you know, because you had a lot of fear about that?
So I did, yeah. Up until like he was born, where I saw him. The moments leading up to it, like when I'm in the surgery room, like I am tearing up because we're playing like all the worship music, like Waymaker, Victory, all those songs. We played. I'm gonna cry. we played them a lot in the NICU. Mm-hmm. So I played them when we were having Noah too. It was so beautiful. Mm. Yeah. And so yeah, I was thinking about Briancito. I was thinking about like everything that we went through, obviously, like everything. And then when he was born though, like I really had it was just me and Noah. It really was. It was just like our moment together. And I literally, Jasmine had asked me, my little sister, she was like, how did you feel meeting him? Like, how did you feel like when you first saw him? I literally felt like, I remember when he came out, they put the tissue thing down. I felt like my world froze. Like, I literally picture that scene, literally everything blurry and just him. Like, that's how I picture it, Karina. Like, time froze completely. Yeah. And I just remember seeing him. I thought he was so cute. Like, he looked like a little doll when he came out. I thought he was so beautiful. And I was like, oh my God, you're my baby. It was the cutest thing in the world. It was beautiful, Karina. The most beautiful thing ever. I was like, cloud 9.
Yeah.
When they brought him to me, when Brian was carrying him, I'm like, he is so beautiful. Like, you know, like that mom feeling. I'm like, he's my son. I think he's the most beautiful thing in the world. I was obsessed with him, Karina. Obsessed. So yes, like when he came out, it was just me and him. So that's something that, yeah, I was like shocked about. And I hoped it was like that because I didn't want it to get in the way of like our moment too.
Yeah.
And it was just like about me and Noah.
Aww.
Like mommy and baby. Yeah. And then now I talk to him. I try to read books to him too, even though he's like not really, he doesn't know what I'm doing. But like I started reading to him books a couple days ago. And I'm trying to make it a routine every night. So he feels like he hears me and he feels like I'm talking to him. Mm-hmm. But I like to repeat the story of like how he came about and how he was chosen by his brother and God. Mm-hmm. And how he has a brother that's protecting him. I'm trying to implement that in him. Like, I want him to know that, like, God is real. I want him to know about his little brother. Like, And I think I'm doing a great job.
That's
because
so
I know right
beautiful.
now he doesn't understand anything.
Yeah.
But I want him to grow up knowing that like I love them both equally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's good that you're doing that. I hate how people like, how obviously like, and you had posted about this recently, like of course you're like living in this moment with your new baby and stuff, but you are still gonna grieve your child. Like this is not just like a replacement. Like that would never be that, but you are also gonna love your child, and you're gonna give him all the love he deserves. I hate when people will have comments about like, oh, I hope he doesn't live in his shadow all his life and feels like he's a replacement. Like that's not that at all.
It's not about that. Yeah.
It's not about that at all. This is a child that you love so much, that you're so grateful for, but naturally you're going to grieve your baby.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's one of those things like you are, like
people say it all the time. Yeah.
And it's like with, happiness and grieving coexisting. That's all literally. It is.
And yeah, like that comment of like, oh, I feel bad for how he's going to be raised. Like things like that. I'm like, what? Like the comment that you said right now that yeah, like I do see those comments,
and it's like this baby's so loved,
and I'm like he is so loved, like so loved. Like I feel like I'm a good mother to him. I feel like I show him all the love regardless what I've gone through. I feel like if anything, like he saved me, and no, he doesn't have to feel accountable to that. Like, oh, I saved her, now I have to like make sure that I do this and that for her. He's
not gonna feel that, Myra.
Yeah. Before people make comments like that, like even myself, that's something I'm already like working on, where I'm like, okay, I want to make sure that he knows he's his own individual. I want to make sure that he knows he's loved and all that. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I feel like I'm for sure, I want to raise him to know that he's loved, that he was meant to come into this world.
And even just, you could love him and show him all the love in the world and give him all the love he deserves, and still remind him that he had another brother, and him grow up and know he had another brother. And
absolutely.
That's it.
And that's the end of the story.
Yeah,
Yep. But yeah. Thank you guys for all the wishes, everything. I know I said this in the last podcast, but thank you guys, because you guys really like hype him up. Iconic.
Oh my god. Yeah. Sometimes you post pictures of him, like, he looks so cute. I just wish I could see like the responses, because I'm like going crazy over the pictures.
Yeah. Thank you guys for loving both my babies. You guys are iconic. Yeah, I think that wraps up this episode. I did not mention what episode this was. We just jumped right in.
The first time you didn't mention it.
What episode is this?
I don't even know. 56.
56? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, thank you for tuning in. And I hope to see y'all next week.
I hope you're here next week, Kane.
No, I will be.
And I hope to be more alert next week, you guys. I'm sorry I'm having such a low day
You're
today.
Fine, girl. That just might be me next week. Who knows?
I literally, I feel like I'm usually always like, I'm like, even if I'm tired, like, I'm like turning it on, like, fuck it, And I feel like today I'm just like,
it's okay, girl.
I'm like dragging. I'm so sorry, guys. But love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And we'll see y'all in the next one.